Alright, so I am just getting out of seeing Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, and I am not a huge Springsteen fan, Bruce Springsteen fan. I'm really not. I like a few of his songs, I do, and I really didn't have any big expectations for this movie. But when they released the trailers for this film, I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of Bruce Springsteen. Again, I like some of his music, I do, but I think this movie looks great, and I was really looking forward to this film. I was. And after watching it, after having walked out of it just now, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed. It's not a horrible film. I don't hate it by any. It's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. And there are some really great things about it. There are some really great things about it. And maybe it's one that maybe could grow on me in time. You know, maybe it's one that I would maybe want to watch again in the future. I probably wouldn't buy it on streaming. I probably wouldn't go see it in theaters again. But I really think that it is a beautiful looking film. It is a very well shot film. I love the color grading. I love the cinematography. I even love the score and the soundtrack. You know, I think Jeremy Allen White is such a terrific actor. He's such a good actor. And I really think that he nailed the role of Bruce Springsteen. He really did. And the thing is, like, I don't know much about Bruce Springsteen as a person, right? I don't know much about his actual life outside of music, right? So I really, while I thought Jeremy Allen White did a good job, I really, I really don't know how like Bruce Springsteen's mannerisms are. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I really don't know if he pulled it off, if that makes sense. But from an acting standpoint, he did really good, if that makes sense. But my issue here is that I really feel like the story is all over the place. The story was all over the place, and I feel like it does get better as it goes on, right? And there are some pacing issues here and there. You know, it's not over the top slow, but at times you're like, oh, this is starting to drag and it's starting to overstay its welcome. But the story, I just didn't walk out of the film while the cinematography is great, while Jeremy Allen White is great, while Jeremy Strong and Paul Walter Hauser and Stephen Graham, all the performances in here are great. They really are. While the score and soundtrack are both great, I just didn't walk out of the film caring more about Bruce Springsteen than I already have. And I didn't walk out of the film wanting to know more about him. You know, so again, not a horrible film by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know if I'd watch it again. Again, I think Jeremy Allen White did a good job, but as someone who doesn't know much about Springsteen, you know, as a person outside of his music, while Jeremy Allen White, as an acting standpoint, did a good job, I just I could not get connected to the character. And I couldn't get connected to him as a person more in this film, if that makes sense, right? And I just feel like really the emotional beats didn't really hit. And I think Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong, their chemistry, their acting chemistry in this film is great. And I don't know the actress's name that played his love interest in here, but Jeremy Allen White and that actress, I just didn't feel their chemistry, their love chemistry. I didn't. So overall, tell me what y'all thought. Not a horrible film, but not great. Kind of disappointing. And I have my full review up tomorrow. Tell me what y'all think. Subscribe, like, comment, share.